What is going on, everybody? I'm Linko. Welcome back to the channel. We are doing a rebuild today for the Phoenix Suns. As you can tell from the title of the thumbnail. Can't talk. Anyway, a lot of people might be asking, Linko, the Suns are already good. Why are you rebuilding them? Well, they're not. Half the time they miss the playoffs, and the other half they get bounced in the first round. I'm tired of 2K disrespecting my boy Devin Booker. So, today we are going to try to do a semi-realistic rebuild. I'm not going to try to rip off the computer, but if the computer for some reason offers me a ridiculous trade, well, I may accept that because that's on them, 2K. If they want to be stupid, that's 2K's fault. Anyway, I'm super excited for this. Let's see if we can jump in and get the Phoenix Suns a championship. All right, everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to jump into this rebuild really fast. So I don't really know what 2K has against the Suns. I realize there's some, tribulation there with, their GM in the process of selling the team, and then Jay Crowder does not want to be there, and then DeAndre Ayton says he has not talked to Monty Williams since he took him out in Game 7 where they lost to the Dallas Mavericks. But this is a team that had the best record in the NBA last year by 8 games. And half the time when you simulate, they don't even make the playoffs. The other half, they might make the play-in, but they never do very good at all. So, the biggest thing that I think contributes to that, which I was looking through, is if you go to shot tendencies, you can see Devin Booker's at a 95, and then like the next two closest are two people off the bench at a 70. So that's not acceptable. I will probably adjust those a little bit. After all, I am the GM. I can tell the coach if I want to have DeAndre Ayton get more touches, that's the way it's going to be. So we may adjust those just a little bit, but outside of that, let me go back into here. This isn't a very good defensive team. You have Chris Paul, who's a good defender, who is a great perimeter defender. So that is good. And if I wasn't trying to be somewhat realistic, I would trade him because the most value he's going to have is right now at a 90 because one, he may retire. And most of the time he does retire, I believe, after the first year. So, you're losing a 90 overall and you're not getting anything for him. I mean, I guess you do get the money so you can attempt to sign a free agent, but, it does kind of suck having one just walk on you. Anyway, we're not a great defensive team. So that's one of the things I want to look into improving. And then Cam Johnson, I believe I'm going to move him because I know the Suns have basically named him the front runner as the starting power forward this year. But the man can't play defense. He is too slow. He's basically too slow to guard perimeter players. And then, where is he at? There he is. So his perimeter defense is a 69. His interior defense is a 65. He is going to get tore up. So him being an 80, I feel like there's decent value for him as far as trading him. And obviously, as you can tell, I'm a Kentucky fan, but the trade that I'm wanting to do isn't necessarily because I'm a Kentucky fan. I honestly feel like it is a very good fit for the Phoenix Suns, and that is Julius Randle. We're going to go after and get Julius Randle. And I know I just did a Knicks rebuild, and obviously Julius Randle was in that also, but I really think Julius Randle would be a great fit for the Phoenix Suns. He is a player who can get his own shot. He can get other people involved. He is a solid defender. He's a solid shooter. See, perimeter defense is a 73, which isn't bad. And interior defense is the big one, a 77 over the 65 of Cam Johnson. So we're going to try to get Julius Randle. May also try to get quickly and upgrade that backup point guard spot, but we'll see what happens. I'll look into some trades and I'll get back to y'all and let you know what I've come up with. All right, so here's what we come up with. This is a counter offer that the Knicks offered, so all I have to do is accept in this trade. We'll go through. I had the 4 players from Julius Randle down to Ryan Arcidiacono, if I said that right, and then from Cam Johnson to Landry Shamet. And they counter-offered wanting to give up Evan Fournier for Saric, and they want an unprotected 2025 first-round pick. So from their perspective, they're dumping salary. They got 2 years, $37 million tied into Fournier, who's only a 76, and then they got 3 years, $77 million tied into Julius Randle. So they are dumping a lot of salary. They are getting a good young player and Cam Johnson, who, yeah, they'll have to pay, but it's probably going to be in the neighborhood of 14 to 17 million, I would imagine. And then, Jay Crowder, Cam Payne, and then Dario Saric, they're all on one-year deals. So financially, this is great for the New York Knicks. And they are still getting a good young player in Cam Johnson and my first-round pick. So, if this team plays as if, it's any other simulation, they're going to suck, and that pick's actually going to be worth a lot. So we're going to do this. This is going to be the first trade. I may look into a couple others. Trading this many players doesn't leave me a lot of pieces to move, but we'll look and see what we can do. So we're going to accept this. There we go. Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickley, welcome to the team. Those are the two main players I wanted. Yes, they're from Kentucky, but I do also feel like they will help this team. I also, in future rebuilds, I promise I will not trade for the same players every time. So I'm going to look into a couple more trades. Maybe I need a backup center at this point since they did take Saric off my hands. But, yeah, I'll look into that, and I'll get right back with y'all as soon as I come up with something. All right, the next trade we are doing is we're going to give up Torrey Craig and a second-round pick for JaVale McGee. We have no injuries in this. This is the one thing that's not realistic, but 2K does go a little overboard with their injuries when you have those on. So we are playing with no injuries. So, yeah, we're going to get JaVale McGee, a great defender coming off the bench. Ayton will get most of the minutes, but he will be a very good bench player. So, JaVale McGee, welcome to the team. I may look for one more wing. I don't know if I want Evan Fournier, maybe someone to come in and help out there. But depending on what I do, you'll see me with another trade, or we'll just get to the lineup. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna flip JaVale McGee. I don't understand why. I have the whole, if you make a trade with somebody, you're supposed to wait 60 days or whatever before they can be traded. I don't know. I guess it's because it's an older player. Maybe there's something different. Like once you get to a certain age, you're allowed to trade them. Regardless, we're going to flip JaVale McGee for Grant Williams. Grant Williams is Boston's third best small forward. So he is a 77. So that does benefit us, but their backup center is a 71. So this is also benefiting Boston. It does make sense on both sides. So we're going to do this trade, and then we are going to release Ryan Arcidiacono. Where's he at? There he is. Released to free agency. And now we are going to go to free agency, and we are going to sign Dwight Howard. It will give us a great defensive presence in the backup center spot. He is a championship, winning big guy. Even though he come off the bench for the Lakers, he still was on the team. So there we go. So we signed Dwight Howard, very good big man off the bench defensively. I know he's not going to provide a lot of scoring, but Grant Williams has a good, he's versatile. He has a good three ball. He'll be a good backup guy for us. So I'm going to set the rotation, and then I will get back to you all and let you know what we got. All right, as far as our rotation goes, I went to a 9-man rotation, and I'm actually perfectly fine with what 2K is suggesting here. Booker and Paul are playing a crap ton of minutes. I would kind of like Ayton to play a little bit more, but we'll sim a little bit and see how that works out. But then we have Grant Williams, Quickly, Howard, and then Fournier off the bench. So we actually, we have a good mix of defense and scoring, I feel like now. So, we will sim to the trade deadline and, see where we are as far as our record goes. Okay, we are at the trade deadline. We are 36-20, so it's not a bad record at this point. If we go in and we look at our stats, we can see that Booker's putting up 26. Randall is coming in with 18, 8, and 5, which is awesome. And then you have Ayton, Bridges, and Quickly all in the 13 to 15 point range. And then Chris Paul's doing his thing. 10 points. It would be nice if that would be a little bit higher, but we do have a lot of people shooting on this team. But he's getting 11 assists, so that's sweet. I mean, Booker averaging 26 and 8. I mean, that's amazing. So, and he's shooting 50% from the field, 48% from deep. I mean, come on. And then 90. Okay, so currently at the trade deadline, he's in the 50, 40, 90 club. Nice. But I like where we are. I did look into the possibility of a few trades. Nothing that really, I really liked that I thought would make us better. So we're not going to worry about anything like that. We're going to go ahead and sim to the end of the year. I'm going to try to stop it shy so we can actually see what our record is. But we're going to sim and see where we are. Also, I recognize the lighting was bad earlier. Hopefully it's better now. Let me know in the comments. I know it was terrible in the beginning, but we'll get to the end of the year and then we'll see where we are as far as the playoffs go. Sweet. So we went 56-25. We had an amazing second half. We only lost 5 games from where we were, so that was pretty dang good. We do have one more, so we may it's not really going to affect us too much, I don't think. Whenever we look at the playoff picture, we are the 1 seed, so that is awesome. Excuse me. We got that locked up. As far as stats goes, let's see here, player stats. So Booker averaged 25 and 7, still 50% from the field, 45% from deep, 46% from deep, and he shot 91% from the foul line. So he stayed in the 50, 40, 90 club. That's awesome. Randall almost 19 a game with 8 rebounds, 5 assists. That's good. Ayton was right there, 15 and 11. We'll definitely take that. Bridges 14. So, and then quickly coming in off the bench, giving us 12 and 5. I mean, so that's really good for your backup point guard. And then Chris Paul didn't provide us a lot of scoring, but he did give us almost 11 assists a game. So, I like what we're seeing there. Let's see what happens here. And we win. Nice. So, as always, Luka Doncic is your MVP. 38, 11, and 10. That's not going to happen. 2K, please fix your game. Luka's a great player. But let's get real. He's not going to average a 38-point triple-double. Jabari Smith is your Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons, again, that man's not coming off the bench. Please, 2K, fix your game. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. I really like that. Noel, he's your most improved. Monty Williams is your Coach of the Year. Nice, we got him Coach of the Year. And then Tyler Jamison. So continuing on, we have no one in the All-NBA first team, no one in the All-NBA second team, obviously nobody in the All-NBA third team, and then no one in the either defensive team. So, and we didn't have any rookies. So moving on, we are the 1 seed, which is awesome. Not that it means a lot in 2K. You could still be bounced in the first round, probably in a 7-game series after you have a 3-0 lead. That seems to be the way 2K likes to do things. I want to go see if we had any All-Stars. So I'm assuming Booker was one, but we'll check. All right, so we did have Devin Booker on Team Luka, so he did make the All-Star game, and he also was a participant in the 3-point shootout. So that's cool. We're going to assume he won the 3-point shootout. And if we look at the final season stats, I know we only had 1 game, but there Booker is with 25, 19, and then we have a couple people averaging 15. So 10, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deep, averaging double figures. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Let's simulate the play-in. All right, so we are against the 8 seed Minnesota Timberwolves. Just real quick before we take on the T-Wolves, I did adjust our lineup a little bit. I just went with, we'll start off with what 2K is recommending for our 9-man rotation. I did like it. It bumped Booker up to playing almost 40 minutes a game and Chris Paul up to 36. So we'll take that. But on to the T-Wolves. If we look at it, obviously they have an amazing front court and they got Anthony Edwards, but our back court is significantly better. We'll have to have Mikal Bridges do what he does best and play some defense and hope Julius Randle and DeAndre Ayton can put up some points, because with Rudy Gobert down there, it is going to be tough. Anyway, let's go game 1. We take game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3, but that doesn't mean that we've won this series by any means as far as 2K is concerned. Okay, we swept them. Nice. Let's simulate this round. All right, so we're facing the 5 seed in LA. So we're really getting lucky as far as the seeds go. Because we could have faced the 7 seed, but we ended up taking the 8 on, and now we are taking the 5 instead of the 4. And we can only hope that if we advance here, we can take on Denver. So I'm going to go adjust the lineup again, or I'm going to see if the lineup needs adjusting again, and then we'll get back to this. All right, so it did recommend to change it again. It's up in Chris Paul to 38 minutes a game. Booker stays at 39. And then everybody else is just kind of like, just cycling in and out to give people breaks to stay where they're not so winded. So moving on to Lakers, they do have the Defensive Player of the Year in Anthony Davis. So he is going to be a monster down there, but they did have Gobert in the last series, and we seem to do okay against that. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, they have the best player on the floor in LeBron James. Hopefully, Julius Randle can handle Thomas Bryant. I'm sure LeBron will be playing some 4, but then, in the backcourt, man, we got them dominated. So all in all, I feel like we should be able to win this pretty easily, but again, it is 2K. We take game 1. They take game 2. We take game 3. All right, 2-2. All right, come on, guys. 1 win, and we move on to the conference semifinals. Well, the conference finals, but the semifinals for the NBA championship. Oh, 3-3. Okay. Here we go. Do we make it? And we advance. Nice. Okay, so LA took us to a game 7 there. That was a little bit nerve-wracking because I honestly feel like our best chance to win a championship is in this first year. But obviously, regardless of what happens here, we are going to go 2 more years. If we do win it, that's awesome, but let's see if we can maintain our momentum. So we're going to check that out. And we are again facing the lower seed. So if all goes according to plan, we're going to play the 7 seed here. And then let's say Boston wins. If we can somehow make the finals, we will have one of the easiest roads as far as seed-wise you could ask for to win an NBA championship. But again, I'm going to go back and check the lineups, and then we will jump back into it. All right, so as far as the lineup goes, they basically just took minutes from Howard and Fournier and distributed them to everyone but Randall. So everyone got another minute except Randall. But anyway, our matchup against the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, I believe, is the best center in the game. I think Embiid is a 96. So DeAndre Ayton, the best of luck to you. Jamal Murray is a Kentucky guy, although his shot in this game is absolutely terrible. Surely he doesn't shoot that slow in real life. But anyway, neither here or there. Chris Paul, we have the edge there. We have a landslide of an edge at the 2-guard position. Devin Booker should absolutely dominate Terrence Mann. Michael Porter Jr. is an overpaid 81. He's making $30 million a year, I think, and he's only an 81 overall. He either needs to really step it up this year, or he is just a terrible, terrible contract for the Denver Nuggets to have. And then last but not least, Julius Randle has the edge over Aaron Gordon. So hopefully we can pull this out. Let's see what happens. So game 1, we take game 1. Game 2, they take game 2. We take game 3. Okay, Philly, they swept the Boston Celtics, and we're in a 2-2 series. Okay, 3-2. Are we going to be playing Philly? I'm assuming so, because it did not say Phoenix Suns eliminated. Devin Booker is your conference MVP, conference finals MVP for the Western Conference. And obviously we see Embiid is the conference MVP for the Eastern Conference. Nice. We will go set our lineup again. We're also going to check on playoff statistics. So I will see you there. Okay, so oddly enough, they're taking minutes away from both Paul and Booker. I don't know if that's the best thing to do for the finals. I know it says they're tired, but surely they have a few days before we play. And they're giving the minutes back to Fournier and Howard. So, let's hope that's the right move. I'll simulate a game or two, and I may come in and change that. But right now, that's the way we're doing things. As far as stats go, wrong area. Booker is averaging almost 30 a game here in the playoffs, which is awesome. Also shooting 56% from the field, 48% from three, which is amazing, and 86% from the stripe. So he's not in the 50, 40, 90 club like he was in the regular season, but that's still pretty good. So he has stepped up his game quite a bit. If we click on him, yeah, he went from averaging almost 26 to almost 30, and he's still getting his 8 assists a game. So that's awesome. DeAndre Ayton has really upped his game, averaging 17 and 11. Randall has regressed, but that's not surprising whenever Ayton steps up as he did. Mikal Bridges is doing his thing. He's basically doing the exact same thing except shooting a little bit better from three. Chris Paul has really raised his game, averaging 11 assists a game with 13 points. Grant Williams, he's still doing his thing. And then quickly, he is the one who has really regressed. 40% from the field is not good. 26% from the three-point line is terrible. Okay, so he has not had very good playoffs. And then we got Evan Fournier who's doing his thing, and Dwight Howard. He's here for defense. It seems like he's playing defense. So, let's see, can we beat the Philadelphia 76ers? So if we sim game one, we take game one. We take game two. I did not mean to do that. Okay. We take game three. Can we sweep the 1 seed Philadelphia 76ers? And also, real quick, I hope this doesn't jinx me, but I forgot to do this. Obviously, James Harden, Chris Paul, they're both pretty close. Excuse me there, I apologize. Devin Booker versus another Kentucky boy, Tyrese Maxey. I really think he's more of a point guard, although they have him playing the two because they have James Harden. Mikal Bridges and Matisse Thybulle, they basically cancel out. Matisse Thybulle ain't scoring no points. Julius Randle does have a slight edge over Tobias Harris, and it is confirmed Joel Embiid is the second overall rated center in the league in 2K at a 96 overall. So Ayton, once again, best of luck to you. But we already have a 3-0 lead. Can we sweep them? All right. They take game 4. Okay, there it is. We won the 2023 NBA championship. We did get a championship in our first year. So that's a relief. I am going to try to maintain our success, although, Chris Paul's getting older and we have a lot of money on the books, and I would like to maybe bring in some other good players. So we'll see what happens. But we did get the NBA championship for the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Who was our finals MVP? Julius Randle? 21 a game, 7 assists, and basically 7 rebounds. Wow. Julius Randle, of all people, not Devin Booker, not Chris Paul, not Ayton. Julius Randle was finals MVP. Okay, as long as we got it, that's cool. Sweet. Now we will hit the offseason, and I'll probably simulate up to... I might go the draft just to see who gets the number 1 pick, but obviously I don't think we have any picks in this draft unless it's really late. We may look to trade it, but we may simulate up to the lottery or something and, see how the odds work out. Okay, so I've been editing this video kind of as I go because I've had things to do today. And we're already at like 20 minutes on it. So I'm going to show you real quick the draft lottery. The Jazz won, so congratulations. They won the sweepstakes. We do have the 30th pick. Not really sure that there's anybody there that we're going to care about, but we will see. All right, we all knew that man was going to go number 1, Victor Wembanyama. He's an absolute stud. If any of you saw his highlights from the G League. So let's send to our pick. I don't even know. I can't remember scouting anyone, but let's see here. Is there anyone... Oscar Tshiebwe out of Kentucky. Yes, we're going to take Oscar Tshiebwe out of Kentucky. Can you tell I'm a Kentucky fan? Really quick, we're obviously accepting the options on Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel Quickley. Now we continue. As far as qualifying offers go, we are going to do Grant Williams. We are not going to worry about Dwayne Washington or this Wainwright guy. So... we will extend it to him. He's a 79 overall at 24. It's a pretty solid player. And we will see what we can do here in free agency. I don't think we have any money, so hopefully we can at least keep the team that we had, and we are pretty sure Chris Paul is going to regress. So as far as our team goes, I think we're good as far as free agency, because Fournier is still going to play some 3 minutes. I know we don't have a backup 3, but it's basically Fournier, and then we did retain Grant Williams, and we did lose Dwight Howard, but who knows? Oscar Tshiebwe might be okay. So we're going to advance to player progression, and see how our team is looking and how much Chris Paul regressed. All right, so as far as progression goes, Booker didn't get worse, which is good. Chris Paul did regress by 2, which is, kind of a big deal. He's down to an 88. DeAndre Ayton got better by 3, so that's good. Quickly got better by 3, which is good because he may eventually be our starting point guard. Grant Williams, Fournier, he's older. He regressed by 1, and then Quentin Grimes got better by 3. So no major jumps, but we had more improvements than regression, so we'll take that. All right, starting the new year, we're still a pretty solid team. I feel like Ayton is a lot better. Randall stayed the same. Devin Booker, he's going to be Devin Booker. Chris Paul regressed, but it wasn't a lot. Quickly got better. The only change I'm making is we're going to play Grimes instead of Fournier. Fournier's defense is worse, and also his shooting isn't that much better. So we're going to give Grimes those minutes, and we're going to play Oscar instead of Fournier. So essentially, they wanted to play both Grimes and Fournier, but I'm just taking Fournier's minutes away for Tshiebwe. Hopefully giving him some minutes might help him progress and him be a better solid backup center for, maybe next year, our final run at a championship. So we'll see. We'll see what this team's looking like. I am just going to go ahead and sim to the end of the year because I do not want this video to be 30 minutes long. I don't want to keep y'all here all day. But yeah, so we'll see what we're looking like at the end of the year. Okay, so not as good of a season as the first year. We were 49-32. We do have an opportunity to still win 50 games if we can beat Golden State. They still got Steph Curry. Is he still 95? Yes, he is. So, all right, let's see here. Can we still win 50 games? Yes, we won 50 games, and Nikola Jokic is your league MVP. That is awesome. I'm happy that after 1 year, Luka did not win it twice in a row, averaging a 40-point triple-double. G.G. Jackson is your Rookie of the Year. Nick Smith Jr., sixth man. Jared Jackson Jr. Isn't Nick Smith Jr. a rookie? Yeah. So he won sixth man, but this guy won Rookie of the Year. Okay. Yeah, Jared Jackson Jr. is your Defensive Player of the Year. That's cool. It's nice to see these awards be switched up a little bit. Darius Garland Jr. is Most Improved, 27-12. Man, they got the Cavs. The Cavs are real. Nate McMillan, 58-24 is your Coach of the Year. And Brandon Harrison is your Executive of the Year. Okay. As far as the All-NBA teams, first team, we have no one. Second team, we have no one. No one. No one. No one. Okay. So, yeah, we have 0 people. We are the 3 seed this year, so let's simulate the play-in. All right, so I'm significantly more nervous anytime we're not the 1 or 2 seed. And we are playing Luka, and we know there's history there. So let's hope that the Suns can pull it out. I'm not going to worry about switching the lineups, every series. That took up a lot of time. So let's just give it a go here. We take game 1. They take game 2. Okay, good. We tied it up. Can we take, 3-2 series lead. Can we advance? We do advance, and we are playing Zion. Oh. Zion's a beast in simulation. All right, so let's take a look at it. We got Chris Paul. We got the better point guard. We have the better 2 guard. We have the better 3. They have the better 4, and we have the better 5. So matchup-wise, we should be okay, but 2K loves Zion, so they take game 1, game 2. Come on, let's battle back. All right, come on. This ain't looking good, folks. Okay, can we force game 7? And we've been eliminated. Okay, Okay. Well, Memphis was the number 1 seed. Simulate playoffs. Okay, Ja took Memphis to the NBA Finals, and they were playing the Miami Heat. Let's just simulate round, and the Grizzlies win in 6, I believe, and Ja Morant is the MVP. So, all right. We're not player retirements. Does Chris Paul retire? No, Chris Paul is still in the league. Okay, so he'll probably be on the team for the remainder of this video. Good deal. So we'll get to the lottery, and we'll take a quick look at that, and then we'll move on to free agency. And the Thunder take Ron Holland out of Arkansas. He's not committed yet. Kentucky still has a chance. But they got him out of Arkansas as the number 1 pick in the 2024 NBA draft. So we will get to the free agency. All right, so our team is essentially the same. We had an option on Chris Paul, and I kept it. We are going to let him finish out his career with the Phoenix Suns. I did think about trading him, but ultimately, we did get a championship with them. I want to keep him on the team, see if we can somehow make one more run. Ayton did get a little bit better, so he is the clear number 2 on the team now. Quickly didn't progress much. We only took the qualifying offer on him. He was wanting like $19 million. I'm not going to do that for an 80 overall. But Oscar Tshiebwe got better by 3, so he's now a solid backup center. Grimes is a 77. We also let Evan Fournier go. So essentially the same team. We're going to get to next season, set the lineup, and I will let y'all know where we're at. And here's where our lineup's looking like. Chris Paul at 39 years old? Yeah, 39 years old. Is going to be playing 33 minutes a game. Booker's 37. I do want him to run a lot of minutes. We definitely need him out there. Bridges has kind of been a disappointment. He hasn't improved at all. When we started, he was only 26, so you think he would have maybe improved a little bit. But him and Randall both, they just stayed the same. They didn't have much improvement. DeAndre Ayton is an 89, which I like. And then our bench has gotten quite solid. We have Quickly as 81, Grant Williams is an 80, Grimes 77, and Tshiebwe is 74. So we do have a solid bench. I will simulate to the end of the season, and we will see where we stand as far as the playoffs go. I would like to see this team make one more run. But unfortunately, I think to do that, I would have had to probably trade Chris Paul. And me trying to be somewhat realistic, the Suns I don't think are going to get rid of Chris Paul as long as he wants to play. So unless he asked out. If he asked out, that'd be something different. But regardless, we're going to send to the end of the season and see where we stand as far as the playoffs go. So we have managed to win 53 games, 28 losses, going into the last game of the season. So let's see, can we win this? No, we lose. So we won 53 on the season. Darius Garland is your MVP. That is pretty cool that every year in this video we've had a different MVP. I do like that. Ron Holland is your Rookie of the Year. Average of 21 and 7. That's awesome. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 6th Man of the Year. Well, you would think he'd be starting. What's his overall? A 93, and he wins 6th Man of the Year. 2K, fix your game. Giannis is Defensive Player of the Year, so we have also had a different Defensive Player of the Year every year, so that's pretty cool. Dariq Whitehead is the most improved. And once again, to the All-NBA teams, no one on the first, no one on the second, no one on the third. In 3 years, we have had 0 people on an All-NBA team or an All-Defensive team. So, hey, the Knicks picked up Justin Edwards, another UK guy. But regardless, there we go. All right, to the playoffs. We are the 1 seed. Nice. Means we are the 1 seed. So we have one more shot. We are playing Luka as the 8 seed. So yeah, let's see. Simulate game. We take game 1. They take game 2. Game 3. Come on. We're the 1 seed. And that's how our rebuild ends, getting eliminated in the first round to the Dallas Mavericks, who were the 8th seed, losing 4-1. Okay, everybody, that will do it for our Suns rebuild. We did have a disappointing final 2 years, and I apologize that it went so fast. I was hoping to keep the video under 30 minutes. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but we did manage to get a championship in our first season with the Phoenix Suns, which is pretty cool. So anybody, comment, let me know what you think. Any rebuilds or any content as far as NBA 2K that you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. If you could find it in your heart to subscribe to the channel and like the video, that'd be awesome. Comment and let me know that you have. I'd love to acknowledge that. But from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate everybody that watches. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next one later.